right, welcome to another episode of Rambling with SeVIIn. I'm your host, SeVIIn. Duh. So, the robe, are we liking it? I chose the pink one, even though I feel like I almost should have picked the black one because we're talking about cheating. And so, death to those relationships, right? But I chose the pink one because, love or whatever. Anywho, today's drink of the day is Tabitha Brown's White. Is it Moscato? I think it's Moscato, and it's vegan. It is sold at Target. I understand some people aren't shopping there. We got this a while back because I have this thing, especially when certain creators come out with things like Tabitha Brown or whatever. I have a fear that it's going to be a limited time and I'm going to really like it and then it's never going to be sold again. So then I'm squirreling them away and trying to pack them. But then, as you can see, there's a glass short of a whole bottle in here. And I know what you're thinking. Damn, SeVIIn? A whole bottle? Listen, first of all, mind your business. Second of all, I'm going to be doing 3 of these back to back. You're going to see them once a week. It's going to be 3 weeks apart or whatever. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long. You know the tings. Time. And surprisingly, no. I have not already been drinking. I was actually just nervous about shooting this because I have never shot 3 episodes back to back. Do I have that much talking to do? I mean, yes. But also, do I? I also have water. In case y'all don't believe me. There's water in here. How much of that am I going to be drinking? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Things that get my knickers in a hide. All right. Hot topic. And it might be old by the time that this comes out. But Tori Woods, a.k.a. Lauren Ashley, came out with a book. And in the book, it is basically a 29-year-old man becomes best friends with this guy. Allegedly, the girl is not treated well by her family. But he is best friends with her dad. They are, I guess, around the same age, 29 or whatever. She, when he meets her, is 3. And supposedly, and it's been told in multiple accounts, I don't know who's actually read it. I don't know. I didn't, obviously. But supposedly, in the book, it says that he feels something when he first meets her at 3. I'm going to let that say yes, at 3. So then he waits for her until just before her 18th birthday. So to be clear, she's 17. To be absolutely just forthcoming and abundantly clear, she is 17. Because just before the 18th birthday means not 18, right? I have an issue with grown ass people to begin with. Because let's be very clear, you are 26 years older than her. I have an issue with grown-ass people lusting after freshly made adults. And I'm talking people in their late 20s, 30s, 40s. Because what do y'all have in common? They are literally, if they're not still in high school, just got out. And you about to piss me off. I digress. So, I saw one lady, and she was trying to give nuance to the topic. She was trying not to put her personal beliefs into the topics, and I get it. Because censorship. However, her book was not censored. The book was called Daddy's Little Girl, and it had like, the little play blocks that little kids play with. That's what's spelled out, Daddy's Little Girl. She got so much backlash from the book, and apparently she's problematic anyway, because she's been caught she's been accused of plagiarism and some more stuff. Like, she's problematic to begin with. But the lady in the TikTok earlier was like, censorship, and I get it, because it always starts with something heinous. Like, it starts with, like, with Twitter, it started with, like, hate speech or whatever. And then people got kicked off. And now nobody's getting kicked off, and it is a dumpster fire. But still, I get how it starts with something really big, and then it's like it starts to slowly chip away. Like, what is the stopping point? But to be 1,000% clear, crystal clear, the line is always drawn with children. Line in the sand is always children. Okay? Thank you. All right, so we're going to do this cheating episode it's going to be a 3-part series. So today's topic is going to be what is considered cheating. And then next week for you, in a few minutes for me, it's going to be, I think, what is the worst way that you found out someone was cheating? And then we're going to get into those that forgave the cheating. How did you feel about that? How did that end up? And let me tell you, I posed that question to Facebook, to a Facebook group that I'm in. Very interesting. And that, I have an actual story from a real life friend of mine that offered to let me tell her story. And her story is crazy. I won't lie to you. Her story is absolutely insane. So definitely make sure that you tune in to part 3. Anywho, so what is considered cheating? So cheating for me is basically anything that breaches the trust and intimacy of your relationship, whether that be physical or emotional. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I would rather you physically cheat on me than to emotionally cheat on me. Like, when its emotions evolve, like, there's just about no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that. Physical, you might be able to come back from. I mean, I'm not. I will not be coming back from it. But, some could. Some could try. I did pose the question to some of my friends. My brother, because he's a little unhinged, like me, I guess. He was like, if she drank from somebody else's straw. And I was like, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, player. Like, all right. Like, I can't do nothing but laugh on that one. Because, what? But one of my friends said, cheating to me honestly depends on a couple and their circumstances. But in my opinion, I wouldn't want my partner going out on dates with other women, engaging in deep conversations beyond friendship, and sleeping with and kissing, etc. I'm sure that she meant sleeping and kissing, that equates to cheating as well. One of my other friends was like, obviously considered sex cheating. Let me put on these glasses. I'm over here trying to read, and this text is, ooh, child. I ain't gonna lie to you. The text is little. And it's making me feel kind of old trying to read it over here. I ain't gonna lie. Alright. Y'all, I've been figuring out how to use this Mac. After having it for 2 years, I finally figured it out. A little bit of help was from my brother, but not a whole lot. Anyway, so she said, so we obviously know that sex is considered cheating, but I also think anything people do during a talking/courting stage of a relationship is considered cheating when you're in a relationship. During a talking stage, people text, talk on the phone, send pictures, go out on dates, go on vacation. I wish on a star that somebody would go on a vacation while in a relationship with me. You going on a vacation with somebody else? Bet. All right. And all that kind of stuff to me is inappropriate, and I consider it emotionally cheating before the sex part. To be clear, if they're going on vacations, they having sex. I just want everybody to be aware. If they going on vacations, I bet you they didn't get separate rooms. And if they did, they didn't use them. That was just more sex space, basically. Before the sex part, especially when a person is being secretive about it, I can understand having friends, and I feel like friends are important because people need relationships outside of their partner, which is true. But there's a line, and some things are just inappropriate. Also true. Now, I wouldn't say anything until I know for sure sex is involved. Could not be me. Because I've had growth, LMAO. Too much growth for me. But once upon a time, I would have been pissed if I found out somebody was emotionally cheating. My response to that was, nah, emotional cheating, at least for me, is worse than physical cheating. I could possibly get past the physical. Emotional, nah. That's a whole different type of investment. Could not be me. And so my other friend said, I consider cheating anything that you wouldn't do / act if your partner was standing right next to you or watching you. You know what I've noticed, though, in some of the stories that I've read, like some of the Reddit stories, and yeah, I know that some of them are not true or whatever, but in them Reddit stories, people be like very blatant with it. And I'm like, where were your antennas? Where were your spidey senses weren't tingling? Nothing? Because could not be me. And my wife is definitely not the friendliest to begin with. We're talking about a woman that was looking at strangers to her, not strangers to me, that were at our wedding. Like, obviously they were at our wedding, so they know one of us. And they were like, hey, girl! And she was like, she really does not like when people just approach her and don't introduce themselves and just start talking to her like they old friends. She does not like that. I keep trying to tell people that she is on the spectrum. She has to warm up to you. She got to warm up to you. Maybe say hi, introduce yourself, hold a conversation with somebody else, let her observe a little bit. Thaw out a little bit. Y'all be way too aggressive. Relax, calm down. And I'm almost positive that she probably thinks that I was too aggressive on, well, any occasion, because she always calling me aggressive. One of my other friends said emotionally checking out or giving that to someone else. Intentionally giving someone else the time and attention I should be receiving. So, all of that is important. Like, cheating is such a breach of just trust, loyalty, the companionship that you have. Because, like, for a lot of people, their partner, like, a lot of people are loners. So, their partner is pretty much their only sense of, like, companionship outside of, you know, like coworkers, friends, whatever. Some people don't have friends. Some people just have coworkers. You know, they're not that tight. You know, they're friendly-ish, but like they're not close. Like a lot of people are kind of, you know, 50 feet, like social distancing from people still, emotionally speaking. And you know, I get that because people are gross. People are gross. But then you cheat on it, and for me, I don't know. Once I think something of you, like if you come into the relationship and you like, you know, I heard that you know, I hear you go through the talking stage, you know, this is what this person done to me, you know, I've been cheated on before, I've been abused before, and they just sitting here taking notes. They're like, you know, I would never do that to you. The whole time taking notes, making sure that they hit every mark, every one of them. And if I feel that you are my person and that you will never cheat on me, or if I feel like you'll never lie to me, or whatever, then I am going to be very messed up about you breaking that. You taking the person that I thought you were and basically putting it in a blender and obliterating it. Now I'm rethinking everything. Now I'm like, have I actually seen your birth certificate? Is that your real birth certificate? I don't care how long we've been together. Now, speaking as a person that has been cheated on and been the cheater, back in my 20s, I met my wife when I was like 30, I believe. I think I was 30. Yeah, we've been together 6 years. Oh, yeah. That should be really simple math, actually. If I was 30, I'm 36. We've been together 6 years. I don't think I ever made the connection. Whatever. Stop judging me. Okay? Anywho, what is on these notes? Oh, these are actually pretty good notes. I should read them. But, like, seriously, because we talk about gaslighting. The amount of gaslighting that actually goes into cheating, and I think that it's insane that people's families will gaslight them. And, like, not just, like, the cheaters' family and friends will be like, oh, you should take them back. No. Like, the person that got cheated on, their family and friends. What do you mean I should forgive this person because they're crying? And they're just so hurt because I told them to get the step in. What do you mean? Oh, they just made a mistake. I do not care. I see so many Reddit stories about it. And I know that it happens in real life. And I just want everybody to know, could not be me, could not be my family. My family, like, if I'm done with you, they done with you too. Like, if we separated on decent terms, you might have a shot. But if you cheated on me, you're dead to everybody. Like, we've already held your funeral, okay? Ain't no coming back from that. And I definitely hold grudges, especially when it comes to my family. My daughter told me that somebody left her somewhere one day. I ain't forgive or forgot. And won't. Definitely won't. Still can't stand that person. With an infinite amount of passions. Because what do you mean she left you? And about to get my blood pressure rose up. About to get my blood pressure rose up. Also, what is considered cheating? So I feel that there is also a difference between getting cheated on and something being really fucked up or disrespectful. And by that, it's like, you know, you got a butch or a stud that has this one femme friend. And she's always mean to you. Always just so mean and rude to you. In front of your girl. And your girl is like, hey, you know, that's just how she is. You know, you can't pay no mind to that. That's just how she is. First off, if that's just how she is, she needs to go to therapy and figure it out. Because there's no reason for you to be rude at this grown age. Why are we still being rude to people? And mean for no reason. And then you telling me I should just suck it up because that's how she is? No. Tell your friend that we are grown and she's being rude. Check her before I have to. Please and thank you. And also, why are you just letting somebody why are y'all together? Why are you not with this girl that you just let run all over people? Also, stop being a freaking doormat. Stop being a doormat. Stand up. Ooh, that is a good question. You know what? I should read notes more often. Because this says also, maybe a controversial topic, but exactly how much secrecy is a problem? So I have a hypothetical. Your significant other went out to lunch with a coworker. They did not tell you about it. Seems fine at first, right? All right. They are their type. Whatever that is. It's just the two of them. You just so happen to stumble across them while you out running errands. Is it cheap? I feel like there's more context that needs to be had. But I feel like it's a good starter point for cheating. Like we at ready, get set. We just may or may not be at go. Remains to be seen. I would be the type that be, hiding behind the menus. Checking and scoping. And also sending text messages to see if you're going to respond to my text. I might even call. And Lord help you and help us all if I see you decline my call. Or look at my text and not answer. Because what are y'all talking about that is just so deep? That you can't respond to me. I am the light of your life. The apple of your eye. The twinkle in your eye. What is so important that y'all talking about? Can't be work because y'all ain't there. Leave work at work. also pretty controversial. Porn. There are some people that have gotten it into their mind that watching porn, their significant other watching porn, is cheating on them. I have never understood it because what? I guess because you're developing a lustful feeling for someone, I guess. But unless you are just specifically reaching or only looking at one person constantly, I don't understand. I don't. I was listening to Am I the A-hole? And a guy walked in on his girl pleasuring herself while watching porn, and he freaked out. Why nobody else in the room? It ain't like there was any type of voyeurism or any other kind of kinks going on. She's just being an adult with some free time. And he broke up with her for cheating on him. That's one of those things that's like like you have to have the discussion in the beginning. What is considered cheating to you? There are some people that are more flexible and open in their relationship. So there's some people that are like, oh, well, if you kiss someone, that's fine. There's even people that are like, if you have sex with people, that's fine. If as long as you tell me, as long as you're safe, there are some people, it's a very wide range of what is considered cheating. And if in the beginning your partner says, oh, watching that kind of stuff is cheating, but where does that end? Because I read books, right? And there's a lot of books that would be considered, erotica is definitely. Is that considered in this instance? Would it be considered cheating or what? And also, communication is always going to be key in anything. Talk to each other. Tell each other. You can't just one day be like, oh, that's cheating. When, one, that is a very niche idea of cheating. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, you are of legal age to watch that type of thing. You are not physically doing anything with another person. And then there are other people that are like, I can't believe you are pleasuring yourself. You're only supposed to be receiving pleasure from me. What? So, yeah. Communication rules the nation. But that's going to be it for our first episode. You survived, I survived, which is amazing. Congratulations to us all. And thank you for watching another episode of Rambling with SeVIIn. I am getting ready to record another in just a second here. So to you, I will see you next week. To me, I'll see you in a few minutes. If you need me, you know how to reach me. My information will be below. All right. Bye.